Hello, Divine Feminines. I am going to do a reading for you today. Here. Really focusing on, because we see a lot of movement going on in the collective. Yeah, really focusing on this 1111, I am enough, healing energy. They kind of keep talking to me about healing. Acknowledge, take responsibility, open your heart, and set loving boundaries here. So let's see what we get. For you, we have divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence, and it's got that spiral energy. I just bought like a canvas to paint on. Today, you may feel like you want to do something more creative. Maybe a lot of creative energy coming. 9-9, unification, alignment with abundance. I feel like, look at that. Speak your truth, 8-8. So we have 8, 9, 10. Clear energy blocks, activating the higher chakras. So just, I hear people say chakra blocks all the time. If your chakra is actually blocked, you would be dead, because that's the energy that flows to you that makes you alive, is your chakras. So it's not blocked, but let's see what animal we get here. Wow, beautiful horse spirit. Freedom is yours with this beautiful lit up, third eye. 33. Lion spirit, generous of spirit. There's a lot of interesting cards. And then the beautiful bat spirit with also the third eye lit up. Rebirth is assured. Bottom is one of my 2 music cards in this deck. It's the canary. Sing your own song. So a lot of like frequency stuff going on here. For me, I feel there's, so one of the things is like when you think you want something really, like a really big love or a really big, whatever it is, a lot of money, a lot of accolades, and part of the kind of issue that comes up when really good things happen is holding that frequency. If you have an attachment issue, it's going to activate that. You're either going to cling or you're going to run away or sabotage or do whatever it is you do. Queen of Wands, Knight of Cups. What a nice mixture that is. So let's see. What do the feminines need to know? We have strength. So 2 lions already out. Justice in reverse. That card keeps coming up, and I kind of need to know what it is about. Justice in reverse is an unsettling card for sure. 2 of Swords. So I saw this while I was shuffling too. 2 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Very beautiful energy. The Empress with strength. The 9 of Swords with Justice reversed. Oh, I see. 3 of Pentacles with 2 of Swords. Queen of Cups with the 2 of Cups. And Death with 6 of Cups. Overall, the Devil, I could have told you that was coming out. And the Hangman with 8 of Pentacles and Knight of Cups on the bottom. So you have the Knight and the Queen of Cups. It's very beautiful energy. Devil is in reverse. So we like this. We like this energy. I don't know. Your twin is thinking they've had a big epiphany I think every reader I've heard for the last like 2 days has said that, but they've had a big epiphany, and it's hard to face when you feel like you've had, like, you know, whatever I talk about in the beginning is basically what's going to be in the reading in a lot of ways. It just is, I channel it through, and yeah, it's like, if I got my 10 of Cups, my 4 of Wands, would I be satisfied to never look at another possibility ever again, right? The answer was no at some point. 3 lions. That's crazy. The answer was no at one point. Could have been a choice between a cup and an earth, whatever, Venus, rising, sun, moon. Because at one point, this is you're showing up as the Queen of Cups. One point they ran away. Now they want to run back. One of the things they want to tell you that seems to be hidden from you at this point, they hid it on purpose, is their feelings are so strong. So, like, my eyes are hurting. Like, it feels like I've been crying. The feelings are so strong, they cannot escape them. Like, it's a crazy amount of feelings. And I don't know how long you've been on the journey, obviously, but it's like there are points on this journey where you're like, I want to feel or do anything else but feel this anymore. And I feel like we all kind of, when we can't talk to them, when we can't have open communication, when we can't do, that one says justice on it. Burgundy, gray, red, steel, gold. So funny. Some of these came up in a private reading I did last night, or 2 nights ago, I don't know. And it was a really particular message. It was almost exactly these same cards. Those crows have been going all day, and they play a really prominent role in this reading here. For me, I think they're the negative, not negative, the thoughts that they're trying to like escape. And I think I said negative because in a way, it feels a bit negative if you're a control freak. That's how I'm saying it. It's not judgmental. If you're used to being in control and you can't be, you have to surrender. Ooh. My body's getting super hot. It's so uncomfortable when that happens, and it's not like a hot flash. It's like this. It's so hard to explain. It's like a burning. You're in his mind. Knows your twin flames. Rich thoughts grow money. That one wanted to come up the whole time. Green flag. Diamond light. I tried to move on and it failed. Like, I think he tried like 5 or 25 times. Like, I think it's perpetual transmutation. Serious. Deeper into shadow. I feel like he's been assisted. Paper money. Standoff. Okay, I feel like he's been assisted a lot by the High Council and Ascended Masters. I've seen Kuan Yin there now for a while. kind of helping any resistance from that has to do with, it's like a softness. So we have Libra, Rabbit, Pluto, a Mr. Touch, and Sage. A Mr. Smell, Kisses. Emerald, Silence is easier, Scorpio. Okay. Burn candle at both ends. I still have your shirt and I wear it. The Void, Gold, Mars. Imagination, Pureness, Leo, Deja Vu, Healing. I also, that Deja Vu energy came through in the private reading too, and I do feel most of them have had this, what their like muggle self would call a deja vu, what their spiritual self understands is past life. Okay, so I think they've been trying to explain things. See, right under the gold is the Claire card, and then under that is the Shaman card, and then under that is the Black card, and under that is purple. So deep spirituality like veins here, where they may have had a dark night of the soul, they may have gone into the void, they may have astral traveled, they may have done shadow work. I think that's probably like 1% of them, to be honest. I don't think many do shadow work. Most people do not do shadow work, even divine feminines. It's too hard. It's just like the hardest thing you can do. Because it's like unraveling your personality. It's like unraveling who you think you are. And you've built so many defense mechanisms, coping mechanisms, addictions. Now, if they have been actively working on self-development or addiction recovery, they may have worked with a therapist, and that could be a form of shadow work. Worked with counselors, done different sorts of things that you do. I haven't been through recovery per se, so I don't know what happens, but I see that they have been trying to kind of outrun these deep, dark thoughts. But in the end, they're going to face them. It's just this love that you're pulling down is too strong. And it's not like, I don't see you putting it onto them. I know it's really popular with twin flames. It's like 8 million videos about like, he's thinking about you, he wants a relationship, he's sorry. Those things are here. There are things here showing. Yeah, he's thinking about you. Obviously he is. It's so much that it's become like oppressive. And so when you kind of move beyond doubt, which is where you keep asking, like, does he love me? Is this real? Are we twin flames? Then you have to look at starting to take him off of the pedestal, which is like the most important thing you can do. And conversely, or paradoxically, like everything's a paradox right now, is that you have to start putting yourself on a pedestal. So we have separation, mask, That mask card is really beautiful coming out. Abundance, heart with the key. So also very important card. Palm tree, love. Wow. Strong cards here. It's like it's all there. Look, addiction, mirror. You know, there may be things in the way. One or both of you may be married. It's just a normal thing because we don't have to, we're not taking into account like the 3D stuff here. This isn't what this is about. This is about 5D stuff and how you go about healing on your journey. So when you start taking him off the pedestal, what does that actually mean? He's on the pedestal because there is this wound in you holding him apart from you. Why does the wound hold him apart from you? Because you fear that it's something in you making the separation, making him go away from you. Right? This Hangman reversed, Devil reversed. There's a fear here. Because if there wasn't the fear there, the Lovers would be here. That's the spectrum. The spectrum is like Lovers on one end, Devil on the other. And I think a lot of Divine Feminines think it is like that spectrum is I don't know how to say it right. There's like love on one end and then not good enough on the other end. Oop, I got it. And that not good enough is the Devil. Anything you put there that's like blocking you from love. Oh, so deep. I can feel it in my solar plexus. Anything you would put there, rejection, all of the attachment wounds, abandonment, injustice, anything that allows you to say I'm a victim and I wasn't loved enough, that's the spectrum. And when I say spectrum, I mean polarity. Like fear is the polarity of union. Now, love is from your soul. I'm using that word because I don't have another word to use. Love is from your soul. Love is what you are. Love is like prana or chi, or I mean, if it was your body, maybe it's like blood or oxygen. I don't know what the right exact thing is, but existence for your soul, right, which is eternal, so it doesn't have a life, but what we're trying to understand it from this perspective, our very limited perspective, is my understanding is your soul is love. And this journey is about getting to unconditional love for yourself, because that's all there is. There's only you. And he's the polarity of you. Doesn't matter what gender he is. We're talking about energy here. So the block that you have in place to just loving what actually is the wounding. right? I think you probably have heard this before. I'm just trying to do it in a new way for you to understand. When we talk about 3D relationships, like I haven't done a video like this in a long, long time. When we talk about 3D relationships, we are talking about conditional relationships. We're talking about I can't love them if they're texting other girls or not coming home when they say they'll come home, or whatever it is, whatever condition you put on the love. That means if you meet my requirements, check all my boxes that I need to have to feel secure. This is where it gets important. I will love you. But if you don't, I won't. That's conditional love. And so when we talk about unconditional love, that is love without conditions. There are no boxes to check. There is no way to be. You can't contort yourself to make me love you, because I already do. You can't put a mask on to make me love you, because I already do. I'll still love you if you put a mask on, and I will still love you if you don't meet my requirements. Now, 3D relationship people would call you all sorts of names and say you're crazy and do all sorts of things with that. Because we want to have control. We want to be the one that's like smarter, you know. Doesn't get played, isn't whatever it is. The zigs and the zags of relationships are not what 5D relationships are about, are not what twin flame relationships are about. They're not that. And when you guys are on the polarity, right? In the beginning, you're right here. And you have that recognition. The energy wall goes up, and then you separate, and then you go to the ends of the poles. And you can't see each other. You can't contact each other. You can't. You try to go and he runs, right? In order for that wall in the middle to come down, so when you're doing that, when you're doing the chasing, I just like looking at that. You're pushing all of your sacral energy out. That's where he can actually feel the energy. He doesn't know what it is, doesn't know why he's running away. Pushing all this energy out of your sacral, where your connection is. You have to pull all of that energy back in. Every time you think, where is he? What is he doing? Why is he with her? Why isn't he with me? He said he loved me. Why did he hurt me? He's all of these things that you're questioning is your fear of your mind, because the mind is made of fear. You're just pushing sacral energy out. You have to take that all back in to your sacral, okay? That is like literally step one. And then you have to get to the point where you love yourself so much that you don't ask those questions, because you understand that it's just a mirror to you. Like, yes, it's the most perfect mirror in existence. Yes. There isn't the distortion that there is with other mirrors. So everything feels like intense times a billion. And then you have to go, well, I have myself lower than him, and you're going to have to kind of figure this part out. because it's not usually there, like right on the surface. This is the deeper work. I have myself lower than him. I have him on a pedestal. I somehow think that if I get his love and I get that attention, that I will feel better. The love will be like, it's so funny. It's like whenever that unrequited love card comes up, I know it doesn't mean what it looks like it means. It's the fear. It's the fear that you love someone and they don't love you back. Like energetically, the way I understand energy and have been taught, it's not even possible, because energy always flows in two directions. But if they're going to withhold from you, it might as well be true, right? Because you're like, I love you. I'm writing you love letters. I'm sending you all my love, my energy. I'm checking on you all the time. Why don't you feel these things for me? And it's because they're on a pedestal. This is, look at the second card with the mask off, like in reverse. He's very, very aware. He's been wearing a mask now. I'm so convinced of this. This is what's happening in this void, or in this dark night, is that soulmate. I also think that if there's somebody else, I think that they're, look at that, they're just not going to be able to stay with them, because it's just not going to feel the same. Now, you know, I always say this in readings, private readings especially, because it's important to know that when you two get your frequency very close, a soulmate can come in on either side. And the soulmate will feel like really strangely exactly like your twin, but it'll just be really close in frequency, just not perfect. And it almost feels better because they're more open and receptive to your energy for a minute. I mean, there is this desire to express love. There's a desire. There's passion. There's passion and truth, and we want to have that. It's safe for you to love. It's interesting because we have a lot of cards here that are about strength and justice and safety. It feels like let your friends help you. Codependency. Getting to know each other. Wedding. Finances and career and reconciliation. It may be attraction, children, playfulness, and then there's the unrequited love. Maybe like when you two do kind of get back together a little bit, that you're not, it's not really what you think it's going to be. Like it may not be like it has been before. They may be very different, and it may be intentional, like, or it may be that they want you to know and they want to talk about this mask coming off. Every song reminds me of you. We did have that, the songbird. I miss you. I don't feel ready. I'm lost without you. It's so interesting because I'm so jealous. You scare the S out of me. Don't forget about me. I'm afraid to get close to people. I think that I'm afraid to get close to people is what is being overcome here. And it's being overcome because I think they're working through codependency issues, addiction issues. I think you're both working through those. And, you know, that does come in in phases. I'm seeing if there's anything else. I mean, there is quite a strong energy about just knows your twin flames. And it's almost like this practical energy where it's more Six of Cups than Two of Cups right now. And, you know, we have these Two of Cups and we have these Two of Cups, and they're both upside down, which is really interesting. And this is like just a straight up mirror image, and this is like a mirror image, right? But they're different. They're different. I think there's a lot to the symbolism of this, having the Two of Swords and kind of the bat in between them. I think you guys are going to have to decide. It sounds kind of weird, and I'm not exactly sure it's right, but the next like evolution seems to be more of a revolution, and it's kind of something that needs to happen more in the physical and less in the spiritual realm. I'm gonna put you over here for a second, because it seems like this energy really needs to be grounded and practical. And you need, he has this really big loss of this creative energy. It's the sacral energy right now for some reason. And even though it's interesting, because it's like you're giving a lot of it, and paradoxically he's not feeling very much of it, and that's because it's like imbalanced, and there's a block there between you. I just told you there's no blocks in chakras, but it's like there's a fear that you guys have to balance out, and this is a really important part. If you don't stop giving so much to him, he can't start giving to you. And that means that you have to get over the fear of losing him, and you have to get over this. And it's one thing to say it, and it's a whole other thing to actually do it, because doing it changes like the entire structure of your brain. And it's really hard. It's like harder than quitting drugs to change that synaptic pattern. You know, you've got to empress it up. You've got to empress it up. And that may mean what it means. You may make people mad. People may not like it. There may be a revolution around it. You know, only you can know what you have to do for sure. And that, when I say it like that, it's like you know what to do. They're giving you gifts. They're giving you gold. They're giving you value for you. You're not stepping up to take it yet. And I think that's where all this strength comes in, because they're really highlighting the strength and the depth. And those are two huge, massive energies, right? So there may be this period of time where you need to take that strength of being a Queen of Pentacles and actually put it with that Queen of Cups and like balance that out, because the Queen of Pentacles is not giving away her pentacle. And sometimes I think the Queen of Cups, you know, can give too much. It's a good thing to be emotional, and it's a good thing to be loving. But here it kind of seems like you're like, we've got these two cups, and you're like, oh no, I'll fill my own cup and I'll fill your cup. Don't worry. You don't need to do anything. And it's not going to work like that. That's him being on the pedestal. He's not a child. You're not his mother. He's not incapable. He's He is capable. He may not appear that way. I know. I've heard so many stories you wouldn't believe. I've heard it all. I've heard so many stories. And he's the other side of you. So he's capable. He knows what to do. He knows what to do. He's not doing it. And part of that goes back to the very beginning. Like, if you got everything you wanted, would you be able to hold that energy? Would you run away? Would you cling? Would you self-sabotage? Would you, like if I showed up at your house today with $20 million and, or you won the lottery, or you, whatever it is, you inherited a bunch of money. Almost all people in those situations, there's a quote that's like, God, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it was that said it, but I was listening to something and they're like, well, what about the lottery? And he's just like, there was this multi-millionaire guy, and he's just like, well, if they win the lottery, I pray that they learn how to be a millionaire, because you have to learn how to hold that frequency, because most lottery winners, I mean, it's a crazy amount, end their own lives. They go broke, they go bankrupt, and they end up in a worse situation than they were before, because they don't know how to handle that frequency. And I see that really strongly here. I see that you're going to have to be practical for a minute. You're going to have to ground this energy. And specifically, they want you to ground, for some reason, it's coming through. It's like the past life energy. I have been taught, and I believe, that you do not have to resolve past life wounding on your journey. But something in your kind of blueprinting does need to be resolved to hold the frequency of increase. You need to up level how much you're being able to be seen, how much you can hold, how much love you can give, right? I mean, it's so hard when you love people and they come to you and they say, I'm in so much pain, I have so many problems. And if you're a healed person and you started putting yourself on a pedestal, you can see right through it. You can see right through it, and you know that there's really nothing you can do. Because it's a choice that everybody has to make. Doesn't mean the problems aren't there. It doesn't mean they're not in pain. It's just that you have to understand that you create your own emotions by the context and the perception. And what they're asking you to do is to recontextualize everything and to have a different and new perception on your pain. And maybe some of it doesn't mean what you thought it meant. Maybe your parents just carried generational trauma that they gave to you, and you really are a lovable person, and you really are a capable, wonderful, talented, beautiful soul having this earth experience. Does that mean everyone in this world is going to think you're beautiful, talented, wonderful? No, it doesn't. Does that make it untrue? No, it doesn't. This isn't like collective opinion world like social media wants it to be. Oh, we all decided you're bad, now you're bad. That's not how this works. Everybody does bad things, has shame, has been disappointing, has been disappointed. There is no saints among us. There are no saints among us. Although, as I always say, unconditional love is above sainthood. So you're getting there if you're doing this journey. and I know I'm not talking to everyone. This is a very, very extremely advanced spiritual talk I'm having right now with you, if you're still here. I feel strongly that your twin will is thinking and wanting to talk to you, contact you, and to be in communication. The Eight of Swords is in here. No, it's not. I feel like he is getting unstuck. We have the Bat and the Hangman. And death. There's deep transformation. I think that the main part of it is over. I think he's looking for a way back in. And though I say he wants to talk, I'm not sure he really wants to discuss anything bad that happened, because I see eyes closed here, right? There are eyes closed. And so he's looking for ways he can get your attention or talk to you. And it doesn't seem to be coming up with any yet or right now. I really don't think you're going to have to wait much longer. That's the longest talk I've given in a very long while. So we're going to get some advice and probably some more talking on that, because these are very, I'm going to leave these cards here because these are very powerful cards. Very powerful. They want to emphasize with you, you're having wanderlust, creative, like you want to let this out. You want to be inspired. You want to go places, do things, meet people, have new experiences. Something new is calling you. That's only for the people that feels that way. Is that it definitely is a time to follow your instincts and your wanderlust. And to, it's like they want you to like renew, relax, regenerate, right? Whatever you call it, when you rest and renew and relax. Whoa! Oh, those are really big energies. You have the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. He has Freya, once again. Look who's on the bottom. I spent my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. I think that's actually very important. He may indeed contact you on a Friday. It's because the options have not been a hell yes. Especially like intimately, it just isn't the same, if that's a thing. Okay, Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And there is something really kind of, then Kuan Yin, sorry, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering. There's that word. In order to release it, curiosity breeds compassion. I do think the new, like you, and this isn't, you don't need to be artificial about this in any way. Like this, the person that I'm talking to here wants to evolve, wants to change, wants to experience newness. Wow, what a blessing that card is. Okay, so this isn't like go be fake and go take fake pictures and go, like this is, your twin will never be moved by fakeness, just like you won't. But there's something stirring in you. They feel that. And they feel your excitement about life. And they feel this like, it's a weird word, deservingness, you know, it's a weird word because of course we're all deserving of goodness of life. of love, of all of the things. But it's like when you recognize it for yourself, it's a different thing. Yeah, you have Isis and he has Holy Amethyst. So these two cards have been coming out all the time. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Divine Alchemy, move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Okay, and then the Divine Masculine cards, Cernunos, Life Force, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Oh, and then the other most powerful card in the deck, Horus. And wow, wow. Mercury, Mary Magdalene, and Lady Portia on the bottom of the deck. So we have Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Anything that you really put your mind to right now, I think you can have a lot of movement towards. And if you're, like I said, if you're getting downloads like that feel divine, take them seriously, you know, do your research, do your due diligence, and find people to, you know, work with on them that are serious, real. Like, don't go ask your brother or your mother or your best friend, hey, do you think this is a good idea? Ask somebody that actually knows what they're doing. That's my advice to you. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So he's feeling very frisky. Let me see this. Okay. But only frisky for one. That's like the main message I'm getting, is that it's not for everybody. And that's a big deal. Empowerment. Sunstone. So you can work with these, all of these Ascended Masters, these crystals, dragons, Solicite, peace. Well, that's beautiful. And then Labradorite, take action. I feel so much. Look at, there's relaxation. Bottom of the is Orpiment, success. Bottom of the deck. Okay, we're gonna get a few of these because I've just been liking doing this, although they don't make that much sense sometimes. They're just really beautiful cards. I'm telling you, the more you empower yourself to just like love your life, the more it will show, the more drawn he'll be to you. Answer the call. Yep. What is your soul calling you to do? Exactly. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? What a beautiful card for him. Akasha, the guidance is divinely guided. And then the crumbling, which is the tower. What are you clinging on to? And that's exactly what I was talking about, right? With the codependency. It's like, or the wounding. It's like, don't cling, don't run. Sit in the feeling, process the feeling. You know, it only takes like 60 seconds to process the feeling. And sometimes when we run or cling to it, that feeling can like be there for years or decades. White gold dragon from Lyra connects you to the highest Christ light. Wow, he is really, really interesting energy. Develop your causal chakra. Bathe in ninth dimensional Christ light. Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in times of change. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. We've had that word relax come out a lot of times. Earth and fire dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. This is that earth energy I'm talking about. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. It's a beautiful energy. It's all that. It's like that Leo. That's that fixed Leo energy. Fire fixed fire energy, but very earthy. Golden orange dragon expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence. This is one of the dragons with the quill in the talon. So you may get a letter, you may write a letter. You may be having a lot of texts back and forth. Maybe more in writing than in spoken, though I saw a lot of blue, which is the throat chakra, so He may send you like something he wrote. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. So very much aligned to what we said. Oh, that came up when I was thinking about it the other day. It's like all these people that want to like get their SP to be like come back and be obsessed with them. It shows like a significant lack of trust for the universe, the way the universe works. Okay. Once you accept the current situation will automatically transform. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And then you have sacred union and embrace. I hope this helped you. It was a very long, complex reading. It took a lot of energy, and I really hope that it helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want a private reading, that's the sort of stuff that I do. I mean, I do whatever comes through on your private reading, to be honest. Every single one is different. But if they're wanting me to lead you into more healing, that's what I do. I give you advice on how to move forward and not stay stuck in those cycles forever. Okay, those are on Etsy. Bye for now.